Hello, just a video on why I play no sign-in saves. What I really like about them is the stimulation and the constant decision making. It's magnified by about times 10, which you would do when you're playing a regular save where you've got free reign of the transfer market. Obviously, when you sign so-called cheats or players that you know are good on the database, it will plug over holes on other saves where you may have a tactical weakness, or you may be weak in certain areas of your team, or how your team's playing in the match engine. If you've got a very freakish right back, it's going to stop you. You can get away obviously much better with overloads, and you won't have to worry as much defensively. When you on a no signing saves, you're stuck with what you've got, so you have to try and figure out a way how to get around that. And the AI will expose you a lot more during matches. When you're forced to use a squad, you may be using players you probably would have got rid of on a regular save. The best thing about no sign-in saves is you're forced to use tactics you probably wouldn't use before, because you've got to try and fit your players into their strongest starting positions, and obviously as well your squad's limited, so you're literally thinking of a shape to use which you can rotate and get the best out of the players you do have. Obviously there's no point playing a too centralised tactic if half your squad's full of wingers. Yeah, you'll probably get away with beating weaker teams at home playing wingers on the like with MC to AMC arrows, but away from home you're gonna be losing a lot of games. Obviously the sense of achievement with it. You win the Champions League without signing a player. It's worth a hell of a lot more than when you're going out and buying going out and buying loads of cheap signings or freaks, which you know always perform well on the game. I was thinking about my Paris Saint-Germain save, and I gave away a 15-point lead, but there wasn't really much I could do. I was drawing games, I was dominating teams, but there was just a lack of overall strength in the squad. Obviously, Superkeeper didn't help from the AI. I think I gave away about a 15-point lead on Nantes at one point on the save, only to win the league on the last game of the season, which was stressful. When you're not signing players as well, you get much more of an attachment to the squad you've got, because you're forced to use those players. You've got no other option. You're stuck with them unless you've got some youngster that's coming through that's going to be able to replace that player. Then you're going to have to use that player. You're going to have to find out a way to make it work, and that's what I really like about the saves as well. I've used some tactics I wouldn't usually use as well. I've used some systems I wouldn't usually use, and had to try and figure out player roles for players which have attributes I don't particularly like on the game. You kind of get those weird like forwards which may have good passing, but they've got no dribbling, no physicals, and you're just thinking, how can I use this guy? So then you're forced to try and create a tactic around using certain players. The best thing about one of the worst things about no signing saves obviously is it still looks quite easy when people that have probably played CMO 102 for a long time, because they're used to building freak teams and things like that. They just think, oh, how's he only drawing with that team against that team and things like that. But obviously I showed on the Freakville playthrough, like signing freaks just makes the game so much easier. It makes it so much easier times 10. It's why I love playing the game like I do, and it keeps me stimulated. Obviously there's other kinds of restriction saves I do and things like that. Other things I've tried, like maybe taking over a team in Turkey or something and only using Turkish players only. That's going to be a very long-term game. Trying to win the Champions League with someone like Fenerbahce or Galatasaray with only Turks is going to be It's going to be 100 times more difficult than if you've got free reign in the transfer market and you can bring in like 4 foreign stars every season. Trying to think. I mainly just did this video because FM22 is out now, and I've been looking around at some of the other. I've been looking around on YouTube, seeing what people are doing with the game, and obviously they've got new player roles this year. But I just know I regret buying the game. I still enjoy playing CMO 102, and the way my brain's kind of been programmed now, growing up with the old Championship managers, and obviously I did play FM a lot between, I think around between FM 14 and FM 18. I never really got into them though. I used to play them because I just thought I just have to give each version time, and it's not that the games aren't good. It's just my brain grew up on dopamine hits of flashing screens and very quick, rapid game mentality, which the old championship managers gave you. So I just don't get enjoyment out of the football managers. I wish I did. I wish I could start up a football manager channel, but people are just going to know I'm not enjoying the game, and I just don't see the point in doing that. I might do it. I might do some old FM saves, or just do some little mini series where I'm taking over a World Cup team, or I don't know, to take over some weird European club and see how well I do with them and things like that. But generally, I think it would only be short series for me, because I'll lose interest in them very quickly. Trying to think forward some ideas maybe for future saves on Championship Manager 0102. Obviously, I'm playing a bit of CM4, CM0304 now. Both enjoyable games, completely different. The one thing I have noticed with CM4 and CM0304 is the bloody attacking midfielders on it. You can't play like free rolls, like players like Zidane, they just shoot. No matter how many through ball options they've got, no matter what options you set them on. The only way I got Zidane to be good on CM0304 was put him an ultra defensive mentality because he just kept shooting with the ball. It was just crazy to think of it like that, but it was just when I was watching the Match Engine, and I was just thinking, Jesus, the Match Engine's come on so far with the later FMs, but it was kind of skewed when I was playing that game, how the mentalities kind of work. It's the same with the striker. I was finding some strikers only play really well on gung-ho. Other strikers, you have to put them on defensive mentality. Other strikers, you have to put them on like normal. Obviously, if you've got your team set on like gung-ho or attacking mentality, having your striker on medium, on normal mentality coming back will it'd obviously link up more into the midfield or get overlapped by players running from deep. It was just a bit of a minefield really. Obviously, I haven't really played CM4 or CM0304, so I'm still learning the Match Engine a little bit on that. Well, I am completely learning it. It's like a new game for me now. It's been so many years since I played it. 0102 will always be the game I go back to, I think. I do actually like the other games in the CM3 series, but I'm actually starting to really appreciate 0102 a lot more now. Now that I just enjoy doing different tactical shit on it now and making the game kind of hard but challenging at the same time, but not too unrealistic. So I'm not sure where I'm going to go in the future. Obviously, I'm kind of at that point now where I could try and grow the channel and try and attract more people to it, but I just prefer how it is. I don't mind being a little niche channel, maybe with people that enjoy the type of style of videos I do. I know the production quality could probably be a lot better, and I probably should concentrate more or be more interactive with people, but I don't know. Perhaps I'm just an antisocial git. I just get into SCM. Like, I'd always talk CM with people and stuff. I'm always cool with that. Sometimes I kind of wish that when I started the channel I was a bit more kind of interactive. I kind of just like uploaded videos and then just didn't even sign in for like weeks. I remember I come back after about 6 months and one of my tutorial videos had got like 9,000 views, and I was just thinking, oh wow, why don't I just log in and talk to people? I probably missed a trick there, but yeah, but it's just the way I am. I'm just quite a chill guy. I'm not really. I literally just started up the channel just because I enjoy playing the game. No other reason. I haven't got any hopes or expectations of becoming a professional YouTuber, as I said before. Generally, would I want to be editing videos for 15 hours a week when I can just kind of play CM, record it, and then just upload it straight away without having to worry about all the more professional stuff of thinking about, how can I get the sound quality better, or let's all like trim all this down, let's edit this. Jesus, that would take hours and hours and hours. Yeah, I do a little bit of editing, but my skills are fucking basic. Obviously, I did have a YouTube channel that used to focus a lot on philosophy and other stuff back in the day, but that got taken down by YouTube for things I can't go into. Probably I was talking about stuff around power and how the world works and things, what a lot of people don't see. And obviously you start talking about certain powerful people, and your channel's going to get shut down. But yeah, anyway, I'm not going to go into that now. But yeah, it's generally I was just trying to think where I'd move the channel now. Obviously, I love playing CM. Perhaps there's some football management games I don't know about, which you might want to see me try out, some of the old ones. I did used to play Premier Manager. I don't know if that would be a bit too old now, or a bit too weird if I was to play a game in it. I don't know how intricate the match engines are on it. And for all of CMO 102's faults, if you're going to play non-WebOb and you're going to kind of keep it on an even kill with the AI, you can still have some great games on it. The match engine's it was just way ahead of its time. It's probably why it's going to be one of the most loved computer games ever, and it is. So